What questions you should ask New York City bankruptcy attorneys. If you're struggling under debt, it's hard enough to figure out where you should turn to for relief. Fortunately, for many people, one of the best solutions is a bankruptcy. Here are some of the questions you should ask New York City bankruptcy lawyers during an initial consultation. How is bankruptcy a form of debt relief? People that are struggling with debt are likely looking for something that means debt relief. This debt can arise from different types of debts: credit cards, student loans, tax debt, medical debt, mortgage payments. It's important to ask and understand how bankruptcy is a form of debt relief. When you file a bankruptcy petition, you immediately get the power of the automatic stay, which stops terrible and aggressive creditor harassment. Moreover, when you get your bankruptcy discharge, creditors cannot take actions to enforce or otherwise collect that debt permanently. When is the right time to file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in New York? In New York, the right time to file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy is when you are struggling with paying your debts. Getting your bankruptcy filing started sooner is generally better than waiting, and there are several reasons for this. So if you find yourself having a tough time paying your accounts, learning about bankruptcy relief as soon as you can would be wise. Will bankruptcy hurt my credit score or rating? Surprisingly, many people have reported experiencing an increase in their credit score immediately after filing for bankruptcy. To dive a little deeper, when a person files for bankruptcy, creditors are prohibited from enforcing or otherwise attempting to collect that debt, since the number of debts being reported as delinquent is reduced after the filing of bankruptcy. This may be why many people report experiencing a boost in their credit scores immediately after filing their case in bankruptcy court. What can you keep if you file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in New York? One of the biggest negative myths about bankruptcy is that the government takes all of your personal property if you file a case. This is very inaccurate. In bankruptcy, exemptions refer to laws that state what property is protected from enforcement of a judgment. This is why you are able to keep all exempt property in a bankruptcy case. It's really important to understand and get your exemptions claimed properly. Otherwise, the bankruptcy trustee may seek to take unprotected property. How can bankruptcy help you? First, immediately when you file your personal bankruptcy, you get the power of the automatic stay. The automatic stay prevents a creditor from the enforcement or collection of a debt. This is super important, especially with time-sensitive matters, such as if someone is facing a wage garnishment, repossession of a car, or even a foreclosure sale of their house. Another powerful benefit for bankruptcy filers is the discharge of their debts. The discharge order essentially makes the automatic stay permanent, prohibiting any collection efforts. If they do try to enforce or collect that debt after the discharge order is entered, a debtor may be able to sue that creditor in bankruptcy court for damages. Yet another of the advantages of debt relief through bankruptcy is that you're able to deal with all of your creditors in one place at one time. Will I ever get credit again if I file for bankruptcy? There is a myth out there that a person can never get credit ever again if they file bankruptcy. The short answer, however, is yes, a person can definitely get and rebuild credit after filing bankruptcy. In fact, many people who file for bankruptcy find that they are able to start rebuilding their credit within months of filing. How do I get started? If you're done struggling with old debt that keeps you from living life on your terms, then you should seek out a quick and powerful form of debt relief. Bankruptcy is exactly that, a quick and powerful form of debt relief. If you're looking to ask questions to a New York City bankruptcy attorney, then you should contact the law office of Richard Kistner today. If you're struggling with keeping up with your debts, it can be a scary time. Creditors engage in aggressive and abusive actions to collect their money, including unlimited letters and incessant phone calls. This experience can lead to serious distress and health issues in your life. If you still have other questions, then contact the law office of Richard Kistner today to schedule your no